What's going on, fishing folks? Welcome back to Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. I don't know about y'all, but the weather has not been cooperating. It's not like last winter to where there was more open water and it was milder as far as temperatures go and nighttime lows and everything. But pretty much all the inland stuff is iced over. Uh, the river systems are still flowing, but I have been noticing big spots of ice in the water. So I'm pretty sure that it's bottoming out in the below 32 degrees if we're seeing ice chunks in the river system. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I do during this time of year to where it's you can stand out there and weather the cold, but the odds of hooking up are pretty slim to none. Those fish's metabolisms is way down, and you got to pretty much hit them on the nose with something to get a bite. So, a couple things. Coming up on spring, I'm a super pay attention to detail nerd about my jerk baits. I take all my floaters out. Anything that has a slow rise or anything like that, or especially any floating Smith wicks or anything, all come out of the box. These are all true suspenders. One thing that I am experimenting with is I had my buddy John over at Jab Customs paint me a couple his custom jerk baits, and I mean, he is a true master of his craft. This is his Pro Blue, like a threadfin shad, or a Pro Blue pearl. Great looking bait. And then I wanted a clown to go after the smallmouth and the walleye. But one thing that I am experimenting with is that last time I caught a bass on this, the water temp, and I have the episode up on Odyssey. You can check it out. It was a little foul hooked, but the water temp was still probably low 50s crashing, and I did notice that crashing on its way down. That this was slowly sinking on the pauses, and I'm a stickler for a true suspender, and sometimes that takes some tinkering. So where I like to start is with the hooks. So what I did was, and I'm gonna test this bait against this bait, because I switched. I took off these. I think he uses Trocars, and I got some number 5 medium shank Fusion 19s, EWGs. Not 4s, not 6s, but 5s. And medium shank too. And one thing I like about that is it's just to where, you can't tangle, but it's close. That one you probably could. But we'll see. You can always go smaller on your split rings. And that's the thing about a tuned jerkbait, is it's gonna take some tinkering. But I did notice this bait on the pause had a slow sink, so I can't lessen a paint, or I'm not gonna mess with the paint job. So where I like to start is with the gauge wire of the hook, because that's gonna help you sink or suspend. Another good looking, the KBD 300. haven't really caught anything on these Strike King ones before, but some people I know swear by these. So yeah, I just thought that was a good looking bait. I'm gonna give it a try. Coming up here on free spawn, got the new Berkeley Stunner. What a dumb name. God, what a dumb name. But I mean, you gotta give it up for Hank Cherry, man. He has won them big tournaments on Gunnersville with this bait. It is a great looking bait. Kinda, got the profile of a lot of stuff that's coming out of Japan, but made here in the States. And this is the Stunner 112, so it's 112 millimeter profile. Already comes with EWGs. You know, you can pretty much rock this right out of the pack. It's got the weight transfer in it, and there's a little blank of lead in there in the center to keep it a true suspender. A lot of it has to do with water temp too. You know, it doesn't matter how thin or thick gauge your hooks can be. If that water is too cold, they're gonna sink no matter what. So I'm just a super attention to detail nerd with my jerk baits. It's probably one of my favorite boxes. I got some rare ones in here. Here's another Jab Customs. I don't think he carries these anymore, but that dude goes pretty deep. I mean, look at the lip on that. And another cool design is that if you see real close there's gills. And there's a cavity in there to where the water can go to keep the bait a true suspender. I've caught some nice fish on this jerk bait, and this one helped me with the learning curve of the bigger the lip, the less the how do I say it? You want to hit it softer. The bigger the lip, so people, watching people like Randy Blockett and the true masters of the craft have helped me become a better jerkbait fisherman. All right, moving on to the next thing. One of the best $1.50s I spent, because we all know once you rip open a pack of Yum soft plastics, if you use a pegboard system like I do, what do? I use a couple of different systems, but you grab you a $1.50 hole puncher and then just go right here below the line, your Ziploc there, and give it the old hitty hit, and now I can store it on my pegboard system how I use it. It's not gonna, I highly have had any of my Yum soft plastics dry out because I punched a stupid hole in there so I could put it on the pegboard. It just works for me, and you would think, being a big soft plastics and hard plastics bait manufacturer, that they would have kind of came up with a way to combat that, or at least help us small guys with storage. Last but not least, being a bank angler, my fishing backpack is an important piece of gear for me, and I just want to give y'all my opinion on this bag right here. This is a Bass Pro Shops $80 bag. It's got the sunglass compartment. It's got a tool belt. But this is the third bag I'm on with the main compartment blowed out. The zipper came off the track. There ain't no getting it back on. I've tried. I've sitting here monkeyed with it. But at first, since it was a Bass Pro Shops product, what happened the first time is that they wrote me a gift card and then just used the gift card to buy me a new one and had it sent to my house. Well, now they're saying that they changed a bunch of policies and that I only had 60 days from purchase to return this. And it's obviously a design flaw. And yeah, I fish harder than the average dude, but I mean, it's a design flaw. It's the same thing that happened before, and they don't want to honor it now. After all the dang money I spent up there, and been a pretty loyal customer, I'm not going there no more unless it's something that is of necessity or hard to find, that I simply need the convenience factor of not having to wait for a tackle warehouse drop. So, there's other sporting goods outlets and small, not just outdoor stores, but places with fishing departments that I will go to instead, like your local Bridgeport and Rural King. And you can even occasionally, find even some good scores at a Walmart. And I can't stand Walmart, but once in a while you'll see a bait in there that it's like, wow, what's this thing doing here? I better buy it because somebody in the know is going to. So I just wanted to check in with y'all and let you know that as far as the fishing crop report for central West Virginia, it's just friggin' cold. And it's been a struggle. I've been trying, you guys, but I don't know what's going on. I talked to a buddy that subscribes to the channel, and you know who you are. I know you like to stay private. But he said a lot of folks are harvesting fish and they're not respecting the slot limit on the river. So that can really damage the fishery. So if y'all are doing that, cut it out. Not that you're going to listen to me, but pay attention to the slot limits, harvest what is allowed, because there's a lot that goes into these fisheries management, so we all can go out there and catch them again and again, and the next generation can come up behind us and get to killing it. But catch and release, man, I'm big on that. There's no reason to stuff a fish that has beaten all the odds of nature. I don't care if it's a trophy, I don't care if it's your PB. Look, we are in a digital age now. Shadow box the bait. There's no need to kill a fish that's almost 20 years old that defied all those odds to get that big just because it's your personal best. Don't do that. I don't respect that in the least. But that being said, I'm gonna come down off my high horse, and I just wanted to check in with you all and give you some tips and things to do to maybe not go crazy because we can't get out there and fish. I don't ice fish because I fell through before, and I can still hear that sound of the ice crunching beneath my feet in my mind, and it's just a scary, ugly place to be. Even though I only fell in chest deep, it was so cold that my mind went into shock that I kept trying to push myself up on breaking ice. And then my mind was like, hey man, just walk out. You're only chest deep. So that's how fast that it can set in. And I was dumb. I was by myself in a place I had never been and was trying to get down to the river to steelhead fish. I walked across a freaking frozen log over a creek. Yeah, I did that like a dummy by myself. So, and it was like a 8-minute walk back to the car. Stripped naked in the car, had the heat on full blast. Luckily, had some dirty clothes with me because I had come up to Ohio the night before, but so didn't have to drive home naked. But it was crazy, and I'll never use the buddy. Always use the buddy system. Let somebody know where you're at, even if you go out by yourself. So that being said, guys, if you are out there on the ice, just be careful. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it. Stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping the next video will be the giveaway video. I know we're a little behind because I got sick and all that stuff, but we'll get caught back up here shortly. Figure out what to send out. Maybe I'll send out the new Berkeley Stunner. I'll stop in and pick one up. and somebody will get them a new jerk bait for pre-spawn coming up. So stay tuned, folks. This is Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. Out for now, but just for now.